Good morning, YouTube. What's going on, guys? We are 4 weeks, actually 3 weeks, and today is Monday, so 3 weeks and 5 days out from the first show, and that means 8 weeks and 5 days out from the last show. That's 61 days. I don't know. I'm going to be taking you guys through a full day of eating. Yes, I am back from the cruise. Hopefully those videos are all out, and I hope you guys enjoyed those. I guess we wanted to make prep a little bit more difficult, but it wasn't bad. We had all you can eat food, so you're always able to make your own choices due to what's available. Just like if you go to McDonald's, you have all these choices available. Doesn't mean you have to choose a Big Mac or the salad, which has more calories because the ranch dressing you can just drench it in. So I'm going to be taking you guys in a full day of eating. So the macros for today: 54 fat, 120 carbs, 265 protein. Yes, less carbs than my 100-pound girlfriend. We're gonna have a great time with it. I think it's about like 5 a.m., so I need to get a move on. I've been wanting to vlog a full day of eating for the last couple days, but every morning I forgot to go grab this camera. I already have my breakfast, but at least I remembered before I left today. I just had my protein coffee. Let me show you guys this brand that I'm really liking. It's called Peet's. I get it off Amazon. Peet's coffee, it's pretty great. So I've been doing that. I do like 3 little scoops. I forgot where I got the scooper, but I got this little scooper. I do 3 scoops of that, and I'm doing pretty much 4 cups of coffee in my thermos. And then the 2 proteins that I chose today, again, I put this in a little mug. This little mug, it's a pretty big mug. Just put in a scoop of that. For me, I like it sweet. I put 5 sweetener packets. No calories, no problem. And then I put a scoop of Frosted Chocolate Cupcake this morning, a little bit of water, you mix it up, a little bit more water, you mix it up, and then you put a little coffee in, mix it up, then you put that in the big thermos, and then you can dilute. Pharmacy trip, because otherwise it's going to be really clumpy. I also get I think this is the best shake protein from PE Science. This would be the peanut butter cup. So all the proteins kind of, to me, have different uses. Frosted Chocolate Cupcake, best pudding, good shake, pretty great coffee creamer. Peanut butter cup, best shake. Not a great protein pudding, but pretty good creamer. Cake pop, that's also really good pudding, okay shake, and pretty good coffee creamer. I usually rotate those 3 as my coffee creamers. And then another anomaly is Snickerdoodle is a pretty good shake. Especially a lot of people, it's their favorite, but it makes a terrible pudding. It's like spicy, which is not what I'm looking for. We're 3 minutes in, I haven't said much, but that was breakfast. I had my 2 scoops of protein, I had my 4 cups of coffee. That's why I have some energy today. I'm about to head out and go to the gym. Let me let these dogs out. We can say hi to the pups. Hey poops! Elonk. Yoomster. So those are the pups. Just wanted to say good morning to them. So I'm gonna go train. That was breakfast, 50 grams of protein, not much of anything else. I'm gonna come back and I'll show you guys what the next meal is. I forgot to say that my hair's looking amazing today. And we're back. Actually had a really good training session at the gym, so very happy about that. Don't have good light. Actually, here's the good lighting. So, just got back from, training, so I'm cooking up my post-workout meal. What we got today is 200 grams of mushrooms and 96 4-ground beef. Ground beef is, 96 4-ground beef is a super cheat code when dieting, especially just because beef and red meat is more micronutrient dense than chicken breast. So especially when you're deep into your cut, you'll probably want to incorporate more of that. Probably in general, you just want to get a good amount of red meat into your diet or rotate it in there because, again, it's pretty micronutrient dense, and that's something that I've learned more recently. I used to do a lot of chicken breast, but you're going to get a lot more vitamin B12, iron, stuff like that. And also it covers a lot of the spots that some vegetables don't hit. So if you couple a good amount of red meat, like a bag of spinach or side of greens, it's really good to get that broad spectrum of vitamins and minerals. So I'm also doing a package of cauliflower rice to show you what I'm going to do with that. So already we're at that's something like 6 servings of vegetables. Gotta do what you gotta do when dieting. Not sure if I'm gonna have something after this or what 100%, but we'll see. And I want to show you guys this 96 4-ground beef. Just the macros are ridiculous. Yes, Nicole found it. So ShopRite has it. Can you see that? Yes, those are the macros. They're ridiculous. So 4.5 fat for 25 grams of protein. Crazy, especially for ground beef. And then also finding steaks that are that lean is like near impossible. So I'm gonna finish cooking this up and I'll show you what that comes out to. Some gourmet cooking right there. Just threw a bag of cauliflower rice on top of this, and then we're gonna sprinkle a little bit of that soy sauce. Just a couple circles of that. That is negligible, of course. Now I'm gonna put this in a bowl and eat it up. All right, so we got the finished product right here. Amazing, right? It doesn't look that good. But it's just cauliflower rice. We got some ground beef up in there. I think the autofocus on this is pretty good. One of my favorite things to eat right now is mushrooms that are just cooked. And mushrooms like raw sucks. Doesn't taste very good. It's got a weird texture, but then when you cook it down, and then it almost is like oily, but there's no oil involved. Delicious, and then super, super low in caloric density. So this is gonna be meal number 2. It's about 50 grams of protein. I think I'm gonna have a little bit, maybe ice cream of some sort after. And we does have some dew. Got some Diet Mountain Dew right here because I stopped at CVS because Nicole's feeling a little under the weather. So I had to get her some Excedrin. Hope she feels better. But I'm gonna eat this up. Oh yeah, also I want to talk about I'm running a challenge. I made like a Facebook group. I talked about a challenge, so we accepted like over 100 people into this 5-day challenge. Wrote like a week-long workout program, and then also just a couple like principles to adhere to, like 1 gram of protein per pound, get at least 6 servings of vegetables per day, walk 30 minutes a day. Just little things that are like kind of not super, super personal, like, oh, these are your macros, but little substitutions or additions to your diet, like getting your fiber up, that second-handedly will lead to getting to a calorie deficit. One that I want to highlight, especially in this meal, is if you increase your servings of vegetables, so say you shoot for 6 servings of vegetables per day now. You go from like, you may have averaged like 2. Now you add those extra 4 servings. Oh man, the dogs. You add another 4 servings. Typically when you add stuff to your diet, it does replace stuff because you're just gonna be less hungry throughout the day. So, I mean, one of those low-hanging fruits, if you're not eating too many vegetables, say throw that in, you're gonna feel fuller and probably have less of an appetite to eat something more calorie dense. If you have a bag of cauliflower rice, how much rice are you gonna want after that? And you'll probably trade 80 calories of cauliflower rice instead of 400 calories of white rice. So little changes like that, I think they go a long way. And this meal in and of itself has about 6 servings of vegetables. So definitely, if you're trying to lose weight, yo, chill! These damn dogs, man. I'm gonna eat this and talk to you in a bit. Hey Elon, what's up, dude? All right, Elon's being cute. I'm gonna follow up that meal with, this is what I want. I really want this 280 calorie pint of ice cream. It's kind of sad now, 280 calories seems like a good amount to me. 8 fat and looking like 32 carbs, 20 protein. That sounds really good right now. But that's more than 10% of my calories for the day. I'm at like 2,000 per day. So this is what I'm actually gonna have. We're gonna go with these 70 calorie fudge bars, and thank you to Enlighten for actually making these bars, because it just, for me personally, if I start a pint, I'm gonna finish a pint. It's hard for me to go halfway and then just stop. So these, all they are is just a box of the bars is just a pint separated into 4 servings and then put on a stick. So I'm gonna show you this. And this is only 70 calories. The fudge bars are only 70 calories, so yeah, 4 of them is about 280, but at least I can stop at 2. We got a fudge bar. Now we bit into a fudge bar. So I'm gonna have 2 of these macros. Well, those 2 bars are gonna be right here. And then I showed you the macros for the big bowl of mush previous to this. Now it's time to start my work day. All right, so now it's about 10 in the morning. So I am checking in with my assistant coach, the man, the myth, the legend, Froyo Boy. Say hi.
Hey.
So that is Brandon. He is my assistant coach. We work together and he crushes it for our clients with the Healthy Flex prescription. So we do a 2-hour check-in today, make sure that everyone has a good game plan, all of our clients, and all the adjustments we have to make. We review everything in these 2 hours. Gonna knock this out, and then I have a call with Dennis, maybe a meal in between. So see you guys in a bit. All right, what's going on, guys? So the next meal, just finished up our 2-hour meeting. I have a meeting with Dennis in like 10 minutes. So I'm just having a quick protein-rich meal. I have 2 tuna steaks, yellowfin tuna steaks. Those look great. I made those on the grill yesterday, and we actually got these tuna steaks to make sashimi with, but it didn't turn out too good once I defrosted it. It just didn't taste good, so threw these on the grill. The macros on this is probably the most ridiculous, like, quote-unquote meat source that I've found. So this tuna steak, you can get it frozen at ShopRite. You can see the macros kind of there. I don't think it's going to focus well enough, but it's 0.5 fat for 28 grams of protein in a 4-ounce raw. So these, you got to weigh it out though. When you do these guys came out to cooked like 8 ounces. So of course, 4 ounces cooked turns into 3 ounces. 4 ounces raw, it turns into 3 ounces cooked once the water comes out. So I had to like do that manipulation. So this is 75 grams of protein, these 2 little steaks, and only like 1.5 carbs. I mean 1.5 fat. Also, that stuff is going to taste really dry and just okay, especially if it was grilled. This is a game changer. Sugar-free teriyaki from G. Hughes. He also makes really, really good barbecue sauce, but I'm going to be using this to like pour on top, give it a nice little glaze, and then also probably be dipping it in that. So that is the sauce. That's some good stuff. I'm gonna get ready for this call, eat this up. To this point, my carbs have been really low, so I gotta figure out what I want to spend those all on later. But Mondays are a pretty busy day, so you'll notice this, especially if you're dieting. But when you're really mentally stimulated, you got things to do that you're focused on, you're thinking less about your stomach than actually what you're doing. So that's what's helping me not feel too hungry at this point. It's already 12:30, and I've got my next like hour or so planned out. So talk to you guys in a little bit. All right, so those steaks were really, really dry. So I got some almond milk, some unsweetened almond milk that is sweetened. It's vanilla flavor. It's kind of like a really thin milkshake, so highly recommend this. So good. I got two servings of that, so it's like 5 grams of fat, not much else. That's pretty much how I get a lot of my fat. I usually struggle getting enough, but I've also incorporated more steaks into my diet, so that's another source of fat for me. With those tuna steaks, I actually grilled those up the last grilling session, which was a couple days ago, so they really had to be eaten. That's why I had to knock those out. Again, they're dry, they don't taste as good as other things, but of course, like you guys saw the macros, it's pretty ridiculous, but you can get really, really lean steaks that are probably gonna be, nah, actually they won't even be close to as lean. But that's gonna do it for this meal. Just had a little bit of almond milk, quickly knocked out those tunas. Now that those are done and out of my fridge, I can eat the good stuff. But again, back to work for me. See you in a bit. All right, what's going on, guys? So just finished up some work. I'm walking with my queen. She's now running away now. So we're just heading over. We have a 7-Eleven within like walking distance, so we go over there, maybe just grab some drinks or just an excuse to get out, get some sunlight, some fresh air, because being in the office all day is not a good time, especially for just like mental health and just being happy. So we found an excuse to come out here, and also for my 5-day challenge, everyone that is a participant, I'm challenging them to walk 30 minutes a day, which is really good for blood glucose regulation. I know Stand Efforting has talked a lot about that. Also the stuff I talked about with red meat and in his vertical diet. So yeah, we're just getting out, taking a walk. It should be about 30 minutes, mainly for fresh air, and also just walking's good for you. So we'll see you guys in a bit. I am so sad right now. We're in the candy aisle. Just look at all of this stuff that will certainly not fit my macros at this point. But the winter bulk is coming. The year of girthening in 2020 is upon us. Well, it's not upon us, but it's coming. And then I may spend a little more time here. But for now, Nicole's gonna enjoy all the fun. What'd you get?
I don't know, I'm still trying to decide.
What's in your hand?
I like sour candy.
All right. Well, also, Max Tuning just came out with the sour strips. We have to check those out. And sour punch bites. Peanut butter and jealous. We got a little bakery around us too, so I just want to cause myself a little bit more pain. And look at this stuff, which I also can't really be fitting in my macros. more about this cake. This action cannoli cake. Oh, cannolis. I'll get you one if you tell me how good it is. Not the mini?
I want one of each.
Two of the mini ones?
Yeah.
Alright. So like I'm eating with my eyes right now, and then also Nicole is going to be the person I have to live vicariously through, I think is the right word for it. But Nicole, so that little one right there, she is at like 180 carbs per day, and I weigh twice as much and I'm at 120 carbs per day. Hey guys, does this walk look familiar? So what had happened was we walked there, I was expecting to eat with my eyes, just wanted to look at the bakery stuff, and Nicole was like, those cannolis be looking real good right now. So we were gonna buy those 2 cannolis, and it happened that I didn't bring my wallet because I was just gonna go to 7-Eleven, get a drink, and then just like look at stuff in the bakery. So I only have my watch, but they don't have an Apple Pay thing. So we walked all the way back home. So 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back, and now we are walking back again. So we're getting a lot of walking in. It's gonna be like a full hour. Also, Cliff has me on, 45 minutes of moderate intensity steady state per week. So this is very low intensity, so I kind of count it as, if I do 2 minutes of LISS, it's like a minute of miss. So this all goes towards the cardio. We're gonna get real lean real quick. Also, another good reason to throw in some walks, especially in my case, from my perspective, with this whole prep, slowly having less and of NEAT, so non-exercise active thermogenesis. So just my day-to-day movements, like even just like tapping your foot, like subconscious stuff, it's lower, so I'm burning less calories. So getting up, going for a walk is a good move to keep things moving. Some people just passed us, don't want to get them in the frame, but we're gonna finish up this walk, get these cannolis, and we'll see you guys in a minute. All right, Nicole's really hungry, so this is the chocolate chip mini cannoli. Let us know how it's tasting. Living through you, babe. That says it all. Number 2, let me see that. Focus, I almost hit it. But yeah, that is a powder one. All right, let us know how it is.
The shell is softer than the other one.
Oh, really? Which one do you like better?
Other one because of the chocolate chip.
Oh, hell yeah. I also had a little nibble. The slightest of nibble, guys. The slightest. Like, not even a bite of, like, I just got a little taste of the cream. Pause. And it was really, really good. Like, they did the cannoli cream right. So that's somewhere we'll probably be seeing more of when we bulk. This is our first time checking it out. It's in our town, La Faire, so they're French. La Faire Bakery. But they can make a mean cannoli. Mama Hejnasty is part Italian, so I'll have to be bringing her some of those. Next meal, Nicole's making herself some pasta because she has carbs, but I am making my next meal. We have some flat iron steak. This was chuck steak. This is really, really lean stuff, so definitely recommend that. This is like 8 grams of fat per serving, which isn't too bad for steak. I also got a bunch of peppers and just slice those up. And then I have these pitas. This is gonna break some hearts right now. So the serving size for these pitas is 1 pita, but 37 grams. If you can see that, I don't think you can. There, 37 grams per serving. So what I did one day, I was like, there's no way this could be true. It's like 80 calories per pita. These things are pretty sizable. So I put it on the scale. We got 2 on there, and it is, if you can read that, 93 grams. So 2 pitas turns out to 93 grams, which is actually 2.5 servings. So sometimes you gotta weigh out what's in the package to really be sure, because that would throw off my carbs. That'd be an extra like 10 grams of carbs that I wouldn't have even known. So weighed it out. Sometimes you may wanna check it. More often than not, you're good, but if you're in a contest prep like me and you wanna be as accurate as can be, you gotta figure these things out. So I'm gonna be making some steak and pepper pita pizzas. So let me top these up, and I'm also going to be using as the base sugar-free barbecue sauce. And here's the finished product. We have 2 beautiful pita pizzas. We got that barbecue sauce on the bottom and 2% cheese. That is 2 servings of that. This is the barbecue sauce that I used. It is amazing and only 2 grams of carbs per serving. I use 2 of those. And then we're gonna wash it down with 2 servings of almond milk because my fats are pretty low. Gonna eat this up, and we're also hanging with the dog, but gonna watch some Demon Slayer. This is our new anime. All right, time to finish out this day of eating. I'm gonna have 3 of these Yasso snack buddies, 45 calorie, little, really tiny bars. I'm gonna have 3 of those. I should knock out my calories, my macros, and then we're gonna knock out a couple other episodes of Demon Slayer. I saw Goku Flex has been watching that, and Nicole has been telling me to watch it. It's apparently a really good anime if you're looking for one. So I'm gonna eat up these 3 bars. That's gonna do it for today's day of eating. I think I hit a little bit low on the fat, a little bit high, like 1 gram on the carb, and then my protein is a little higher as well. So those are all there, calories and everything, but job successful, pretty productive day. Gonna eat these. That's the day of eating. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Keep it flexible. I'm out.